It's Bertie Lavorne. I guess I'm back. It's late August. I don't think I've made a podcast in maybe 3 months. I kind of dismantled the microphone because it was in the way, and just I would think, oh, I'm going to go make a podcast, but then it just seemed so laborious to put everything back together. But today I did because I've been looking at lots of stuff. I've been really working on my tinfoil hat stuff a lot. Seems like, there's so much hate and disdain for our now president that it's a little concerning how bad the hornet's nest is being stirred. But hopefully human beings can figure it out. If you just kind of dig around and look for unclassified and unredacted FISAs and RICOs and all kinds of documents, you can kind of find the truth. It's disturbing, of course, but I'm always one that I really kind of like to know the truth about things and what I'm really looking at. So it doesn't bother me. But I have been doing lots of metaphysical stuff at night. Um, Really getting into this near death experience testimonials. They are fascinating, and it seems like YouTube is just popping up with lots of people giving their experiences on what happened to them in an NDE, near death experience. And these people, I understand, that there was one, I think it was Robert Moody back in the 70s when he wrote his book. He had mentioned a tunnel and a light. Um, so a lot of people think that that's what it is, but really only 9% of the people that come back from an NDE to describe it talk about like this tunnel with this light. It's not in everybody's experience. And they have very, very different experiences, but they all have kind of, if you really dig into it, it's all the same kind of experience too. It's just got different things. Like, from what I've understood from listening to, like, I'm close to listening to 300 or 400 different testimonials, but there's people out there that have listened to like 10,000 testimonials. And um, it's recorded that the people in India kind of see Krishna, and then the Christian people in America and so forth see Jesus. And then there's, some Asian countries where people have NDEs and they see Buddha. So that kind of like, I think part of your human experience here has something to do with the transition and how comfortable you're going to be like making that transition. And let me tell you a little bit why I started studying NDEs and I got so incredibly wrapped up into them. Is because when I started reading Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, she did research for the last 30 years. She's recently, a couple of years ago, she passed away, but um, one of my friends from Delta had given me one of her books, and it I read the book because I was so lost after I had lost someone so dear to me that I read this book really quickly, and it comforted me to. It was the thing that comforted me the most. Um, and so I've always had, this appreciation for what studying the afterlife was about. It gave me comfort. Um, and so it came very easy for me to just listen to 300 testimonials. And what I found that a lot of the, uh, I won't say more religious folks, but most people, they don't believe it just because they don't understand it. You know, when you start getting into quantum and you start getting into um, the physics of energy, and you realize that basically your soul is just like a bundle of energy, um, then you can kind of start understanding how this happens, how the body is just a vessel. The human body is just a vessel. And the energy transfers. Nothing disappears other than the human body will, decay, but the energy that you hold within your soul, it transfers. Because in this one note that I wrote down, it said, energy is neither created nor destroyed. We are all energy. When we die, we vibrate at a different frequency. And that just like sent a million light bulbs off in my head because I've always understood the waves and the vibrations that make up things. Um, and listening to these testimonials and doing a lot of studying on near death experiences, it's the energy that goes into this most sovereign experience. It's everybody that I've listened to has said that there is absolutely zero fear. And you kind of look down on your body and you go, oh, that sucks for that, for that body. And you kind of are completely separate from it. You just, you appreciate it, but it's not like you're grieving over the loss of your body. And some new mothers who have recorded their NDEs, it was astounding when they would say, well, I know that that my body is gone and I've just given birth and I have this infant, but being at one with the source is so tantalizing and so comforting that they have a hard time even coming back to their newborn babies because most of them are given a choice. They say, you have a choice and you can either stay up here or wherever here is. I don't know that. Or you can go back into that physical form and work through the obstacles that you've had that caused this death of this body, the breakdown of this machine. So, yeah, just kind of like want to start wrapping my podcast into things about near death experiences. Um, there is one other thing that I've kind of been wanting to talk about, and that's technology. And it's coming to a point to where technology is destroying our inner quiet. And we're not looking at the world anymore. We're becoming mechanical, and we're getting dopamine flushes with social media, and we're not talking to each other anymore. We're arguing online, keyboard warrior to keyboard warrior, and that's not the way that we're going to fix our differences, is through keyboards. We have to talk. We have to build community, and we have to talk. So that's kind of some tidbits of the things that I want to start talking about. And, I won't get too heavy into all of my Pizzagate, Pedogate, Clinton Foundation mischief, even though I'm up to my eyeballs in it. I'll just refrain. And if anybody wants to know about it, of course they can contact me. But I'm glad it feels good to be back. Yeah. Anyway, peace out. Take care of yourself. Much love.